And Mr. Box Office, Alex, unmute yourself. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I just want to just get into it, Barnaby, because you know how I go every single time. Because I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. I mean, firstly, I didn't expect to win this game. I didn't expect to win this game whatsoever. I'm actually only doing this right now because I promised Chris Callan I'm doing this at the moment because I've switched off. I've said already, I'd get rid of this manager today if I had the choice, if I could get a coach in, because this guy is not a coach, and it's been clearly shown right now, because you know at the moment no one's improved. He can't coach any of these players as far as I'm concerned. He can manage. He's a good manager. I'll give him that. He motivates people. He can believe anybody to the Eskimos. But for me, it's like this is not a surprise to me whatsoever. To be honest with you, I've got to a point now where I wasn't even going to bother watching it because I just thought I knew what Forest were going to do. I knew what we're going to do as well. The ridiculous thing is now I'm hearing excuses saying about injuries, which, like I said to you before, Barnaby, I've said to you on other shows, this is on the manager. Yeah, it's excuses because I heard that we had a better squad than last season. But now I'm saying, and I told you about the midfield. I don't trust the midfield. Bentancur comes back again, showing me again that he's a Juventus reject again because I couldn't trust him. Even if I tried him, I'm sorry, I would sell him tomorrow as well. Basuma, sell him tomorrow as well. Because I'm now saying I'd rather have Højbjerg back in my midfield. We did not improve in that midfield. And I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. Bergvall, yeah, he was okay. He's okay, but he should be on loan. He should be on loan. We should get proper midfielders in or get... If we're going to do this project everyone's talking about, play the youngsters from the start then. Play the youngsters from the start. But he can't do it. This is the thing. Listen, right now, like, I'm not expecting a lot. I'm not even expecting us to do... I'm confused why people think we're going to do well in Europe, because European managers will have this guy's number 20, have this guy's number all day long. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah, we might have a chance against Liverpool because they've got loads of games as well, but we've got loads of games as well, and it's getting worse. The fixture list is going to get worse because we're not even talking about January, right? Because we're still in Europe. We're talking about February as well, with the Carabao Cup as well, and people are complaining about injuries. Yeah. So, for me, like, I don't know why everyone's getting so angry. You know what I mean? People think I'm getting angry, but this is the way I talk. Everyone should know, if you watch Mr. Box Office TV, I'm expressive. That people don't understand, don't get used to the fact I'm expressive. But unfortunately, I don't know why people are getting this. I've expected this. Yeah. You know, the only thing that I think is saving grace at the moment, Man City are doing badly at the moment. But he's got credit in the bank, Guardiola. This guy's got no credit in the bank. I've got good authority. He ain't even listened to his coaches, who are not good enough. Right? Nick Montgomery, the guy that we brought in, is a player development guy. He's doing set pieces. Work that one out. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't see what we're seeing at the moment. I don't think they're backing him as well. They are backing him as well because they're not going to sack him. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't sack him. They've said it how many times now, so they are backing him now. So I don't know what else to say, really. We need a proper midfielder.
Sorry to interrupt, mate. Let me just ask, haven't I heard you talk before about how you think, or you thought, maybe your opinions changed, but you thought this is the time where it's not about sacking another manager, it's about letting the manager kind of get to the end of his tenure and then seeing how it goes, etc., etc.
Yeah, but thing is, though, Barnaby, is that, yeah, I've said this is why I don't look at Daniel Levy anymore, because they are backing him, right? But the problem is, and the deal breaker for me is, this guy is not a coach. We are better with coaches, head coaches, than managers. Pochettino, Martin Jol. The only other manager that did was good was Harry Redknapp, but he had coaches that were coaching them. Yeah, good coaches under him. This guy hasn't brought in anybody from his backroom staff before, right? So there's no one telling him, you know, this is all on him, because I've got a good authority. I've got my own secrets that I know people have told me, right? That this guy does not listen to his coaching staff. It's all on him, doing his own system and stuff. So for me, it's the coaching thing, right? This is where I think Eddie Howe, I'm not saying we can get Eddie Howe because he's at Newcastle, and Eddie Howe because he improves players. individually. You see what I'm saying? Pochettino back in the day improved players individually. You see what I'm saying? If we're going to do this whole thing about getting players in that are potential, and there are good players out there, we need a coach to coach and make them better, right? This guy's had 1 game a week last season. We got worse after the first 10 games, right? The record's now saying this season we're losing more than we're winning.
Yeah.
Right? With Chelsea last season, right, with Pochettino, they were down here and they're gone up here.
Yeah.
So it's not looking good for this guy. Right? I've got a lot. I've said already what I've gone on I've said on my last show. If you watch my channel, that I said why I can't back this guy. So I've given my reasons already. So this is why I can't really repeat it too much.
Where would you, Alex? Where would you go next then? Because, like, I would say my personal opinion is if we lost to Wolves and or Forest, probably Wolves and or Newcastle, I think Levy would probably have to make a change. Where would you go next personally?
At the moment, we need to get a proper coaching. So I would say, I mean, I've looked at managers at the moment. I've got to be honest. I need to do some more research on Thomas Frank, but I've heard a lot about Thomas Frank. That he's because he also adapts as well. So other managers that can adapt. Yeah. I mean, if Eddie Howe was available, we'll go for him. If he was available, I think the managers that are available at the moment, I don't think are good at the moment. But I'm looking more into Europe now, as well. So we just need a head coach that can make players better, who can adapt. You see what I'm saying? That because good coaches don't need 1.5 years to get to know their players. A good coach. Look, I look at Amorim, right, for Manchester United. I know we won 4-3, but I saw more coaching from him, right, than Ange Postecoglou. And like Man United squad is terrible. You see what I'm saying? So the deal breaker is the coach. It's him not being a coach, and that's it for me. I couldn't back him because I need to learn about him more. Right? There was no point in me doing research on him, and because I need to see him at Tottenham. And the more and more I see this guy, the more and more people abuse me and tell me about this guy. Right? The more and more I'm saying no, not for me. But I do think they're going to back him to the end of the season because we're not getting relegated. We're not going to get relegated. I think we do have a chance in the Carabao Cup. Yes, we do. But yeah, I mean, I could speak to you a long time, but I've got to keep it short and sweet anyway.
Okay, but, just one more thing I just want to ask, because Miss Bunny's just made a good comment. Why the hell would a Thomas Frank or Eddie Howe come to us, says Miss Bunny? Do you think they would?
Yeah, if you offer them the right, what sort of circumstances, you can do that. Like I said, it's not about. We've got to stop thinking about why the hell would people come in. What we need is a coach. So if you give a coach a good sort of facilities around to work with, and we've got a young players that you can use to try and make better and work around it, because I'm not expecting our team to do very well at the moment. You see what I'm saying? If people be more on board with that, but at the moment, I think this manager thing is just not working for me. He's not that sort of manager we need at the moment. We need a coach. That's the deal breaker for me, and that's it for me. So Alex, I could go into a little more detail, but like I said, I've got to keep it short and sweet. But
top man, Alex, thank you for calling in. We appreciate being a part of the show, and call in again, mate. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, take care.